Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahai Rakak Kwadash. Double honor to the Apostle Elders, a great millstone. And this is going to be a quick lesson, This is on the morrow of this wicked-ass holiday that just passed, Halloween and whatnot. And as you can see, this is from the Chicago Tribune. 7-year-old girl dressed in costume shot in chest while trick-or-treating in Little Village. Showing you, the Most High's judgment is steadily going out continuously, exercising, his judgment in the earth against those who do iniquity. And one would say, but she was a 7-year-old girl. Well, what did her parents allow her to partake in? This wicked holiday, Halloween, and, this truth has been going out. So, this would be judgment, against the parents, and judgment for this little girl, regardless of whatever she may have done previously in her past life or, even in this life, because no one perished being innocent. Okay? Most High continuously brings judgment in the earth, and people think that, God is all love and, he wouldn't, he's not the one who's behind death, but really the Most High is the one who authors and sanctions death, to old or young, when the Most High flooded the earth, little children was even on the earth at that time, So this is Exodus 20, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." And what is Halloween attributed to? The worship of the dead, and pretty much, worshiping, demonic spirits, So, that's judgment, It says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." And that's what these Halloween costumes, can be attributed to, graven images, the worship of, these different idols, that's attributed to, these demonic spirits. Or this vain, wicked holiday. It says, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, onto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." I mean, what is that saying? That's saying that, the Most High is a jealous power, and that, every 2 or 3 generations, those of our forefathers who was here previously, every 2 or 3 generations, they come back. And if they committed sins and trespasses against the Most High, they pretty much showed their hatred and disregard for the Most High back then. So when they come back in this life, they receive their judgment for it. That's why you got people as young as, newborn babies, to all the way to being aged all the way into their 90s or however old, being judged and put to death, because that was part of the, the transgressions and sins of their forefathers, going back to a previous life, and even the sins that they committed in this life. and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Okay? All right, because there's a reward, to those who keep the commandments of the Most High. There's a reward for the wages of righteousness. Okay? And that's what us Akim at Great Millstone, follow. To the best of our ability. And that was just Satan there, made me tip the damn phone. But anyway, continuing on, I'm gonna get further into this article. Says 7-year-old girl dressed in costume was shot in the chest as she was trick-or-treating in Little Village on the southwest side on Thursday evening, according to Chicago police. The girl was taken in critical condition to Stronger Hospital. A 31-year-old man near her, but of no relation to her, was hit in the left hand and taken in good condition to Mount Sinai Hospital, fire officials said. Says the shooting happened around 5:30 p.m. as the girl was walking with other trick-or-treaters on the sidewalk in the 3700 block of West 26th Street when someone across the street drew a gun and opened fire, police said. We heard shots, 4 shots, and I went outside as Lali Laura, 25, who works in a cell phone store. The girl's father was screaming, "My little girl's been shot." And, it could have been, just somebody who just randomly was aiming for, into the crowd for whatever reason, or, however the Most High would have sanctioned it for it to go down, because we got to understand that the Most High is in control of all of these things, from the right hand side to the left hand side, meaning things that for righteous things that happen in the earth and for wicked things that happen in the earth, because nothing goes down without the Most High sanctioning it. Says, Laura said she rushed the little girl, who was wearing a red and black costume, and her family inside the store. Everybody was in shock, she said. Laura said she held the girl's hand while pressing against her chest to stanch the bleeding. I was pressing on her and calling her name so she won't close her eyes. Laura said she was looking at me and I was calling her name. She was holding my hand for 3 minutes and then she let me go. I have kids. I would go crazy if something happened to my kids. And hey, one way to protect your children is to, follow the commandments of the Most High. Don't have them celebrating these wicked holidays. Because this is an example of judgment, regardless of how anybody feels about it. It's unfortunate. However, the Most High is righteous in all his dealings. Okay, so nobody can put the Most High at fault for this, No matter how young a person is before they die or before they taken out. It says, after about 5 minutes, an ambulance arrived. Police had no description of the gunman and no one was in custody. The store was dark and a few people, including a little boy dressed in a costume, walked around 7:30 p.m. Outside Stroger by 8:30 p.m., a group of extended family and friends gathered, somewhere in tears. Okay. So yeah, that's another example of judgment. And it took place at the time of, kids being out trick-or-treating, celebrating this wicked pagan holiday, Halloween. This is Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent. All right, because the wages of sin is death. And, anybody, our life is as a vapor, and anybody can receive their judgment at any given point in time, you know? And so nobody perish being innocent. Okay? Because the sting of death is sin, you know? What is sin? Transgression of the law. And I just read in Exodus, the 20th chapter, that this pagan holiday Halloween is attributed to idolatry, you know? Or where were the righteous cut off? All right? You know, because according to our faith in Yahweh Shai, you know, it said that not everyone, you know, should die, you know, especially in the times that we're coming in, but that those of the elect is going to be delivered. All right. So there's a reward for righteousness. Okay. It says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Okay. So, you know, that's a form of judgment where, you know, you reap what you sow. This is Isaiah 45:17. I form the light and create darkness. Who is the I talking about? The Most High, Yahweh. It says he formed the light and creates darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So it's not the spiritual demon Satan, because Satan still has to get permission from the Most High to do anything. You can read that in the book of Job. The Most High is in control of all things that take place in the earth, whether it be on the right-hand side or on the left. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? You know? And that, I mean, this was what does evil mean? Bad time. You know, this 7-year-old girl, you know, came across an evil time that led to her end. You know? And the parents are at fault for this, you know? For their disobedience to the Lord. This is 1 Corinthians 10:20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, to demons, and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. You know, just going back to the lesson that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, put it on my spirit to make about how many of you Christians are going to be celebrating Halloween. You know, you call yourself a Christian, meaning you calling yourself of the anointed, of the Mashiach. Well, if you partaking in, you know, wicked holidays that's attributed to satanic worship, you know, that's not having fellowship with the Most High. You having fellowship with Satan. Okay. It says, 1 Corinthians 10:21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils. Okay. 1 Corinthians 10:22. Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. All right. So celebrating, you know, any of these wicked holidays is not to the edifying of the church of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, you know. So, I mean, the Most High had a time where he winked at, you know, the nation of Israel wickedness, but it's time to come to repentance and to the full knowledge of the gospel, you know, because this word in spirit and in truth is what's going to, you know, deliver us in these times to come. Okay. So with that, you know, this was just a quick hit. And once again, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, I hope this was edifying to you, Akim, out there. And with that, I say shalom.